I'm Jeff with Radical Honesty, and today I'm continuing on the topic of immigration. Southern border is a big issue now. Okay. Last time we talked about this topic in relation to the Old Testament. Today we're going to look in the New Testament to see what it says. First, we need to understand that loving God with all our heart and then loving our neighbor as ourselves is first and foremost on what a believer should do. Now, it doesn't mean you can't rebuke somebody, okay? Doesn't mean that. Some people are like, oh, go all the way and they can't rebuke anybody. It doesn't mean that. But it does mean that our calling card and what we are known for are acts of graciousness. Okay, so if someone comes in need, someone from a different country, okay, don't say, oh, go back to where you came from, this is American, this is America, that's not Christian, Got to help everyone who comes your way if you have the means to. Not everyone can do it. It's an acquired taste to do it correctly. Because it's more than just like, I gave at the office. It's actually, as we talked about the last time, a heart of really loving people. Okay? But there's an issue with this, and the issue is with time. What do you mean time? You see, you got problems with immigration. You got problems with homelessness in America. I live in the Bay Area, San Francisco. I came from New York, homelessness, okay? Issues internationally, the Middle East, Hamas, Israel. Then you got what's happening in Haiti at this time, right at our doorstep, anarchy, Ukraine, Russia. So, you know what, as a believer, help them all and feel guilty if you can't help everybody, okay? No, you can't. You're limited, okay? You're also limited by the fact that our first and foremost goal as followers of Jesus Christ is to make disciples for Jesus Christ, to duplicate ourselves, to replicate. Now, that's not the only thing we do, but it's the primary thing we do. And you see so many well-meaning churches and well-meaning believers help people, and there's nothing wrong with helping people, but then they don't make disciples. And there you have a problem. Time. You can't do everything because you're not God. But in wisdom, you do what we are supposed to do in terms of continuing the faith, replicating followers of Jesus, and helping others at the same time. Takes a lot of wisdom, okay? Management. And you can't be driven by guilt. The final point I want to talk about is the role of government. When Jesus was tempted by Satan, Satan offered him all the kingdoms of this world. Well, how could he offer that? Because the kingdom of this world are under the domain and control of Satan. There is no government, no system that is perfect. All of them are tainted. Even the ones that claim to be Christian, okay, are tainted. Take, for instance, the England during its heyday, okay, when it was like the nation, okay? It was big in slavery, slave trade, big in drug trade, bringing opium to China to finance the British colonies, okay? It was a really Christian nation, but it did a lot of unchristian things because there's no government that's perfect. But sometimes government can reflect God better. The Apostle Paul in Romans 13, verse 4, I believe, says that when a government does justice, okay, wields the sword, punishes people, it is a minister of God, okay? So even though it is under the influence of Satan, it can do good things. Because justice in terms of upholding what is right and wrong and is part of what God desires for this world. So we need to let government do what it can do and punish people that are hurting its citizens and other people. And this is a real problem now we have in America because we are very polarized, very partisan. You either, people are like, oh, it's all for, punishment, jail, or it's all for, just letting everyone in, they can murder people, give them a fine, just let them go, because, we're supposed to be loving, See, that's the problem in America. You can't be sectarian like this. You have to uphold the grace of God as individuals. We have uphold the justice that the world needs to sustain and maintain civility. So I hope this helps you. The world's in a lot of hurt at this time. That is why I'm a firm believer. We as believers do as much as we can. But the real hope lies in the return of our Lord Jesus Christ to restore all things.